so the engines are the most complicated part. So let's pull those apart first. This is Deimos, all Deimos. Bumpers. More Deimos bumpers. So that's all on the outside. Then this big M class Deimos thruster. Underneath that we've got the landing gears. And a Deimos wing with an Avontech wing attached. Okay, pull the other side off. Deimos pieces, Deimos pieces. Deimos pieces, M class. So I'm using easier ship building. That's why I'm able to put pieces inside of each other like this without any trouble. Okay, then we're getting down to the bare engine. It's hard to even see what those engines are with all this stuff on top of it. So here's some Nova parts on top. Let me see if I can grab this Avontech tail. Yep, there it is. Let's put that over here. And then another one of these. One of those underneath. Then we've got Deimos spine. That's what this is attached to. So this Deimos spine is attached to this Nova cowling. It's upside down. Easier, better ship part flips, lets you flip it upside down. And then that's what I was able to attach that to. So underneath that, y'all can see all the shroud cowling. Alright. And then in the middle, we have these aerospace Matilija skegs. You could just use regular Deimos skegs if you wanted. You can barely even see these when you're flying it. Alright, and then we've got some Nova cowling on the bottom. We'll leave that for now. And zoom out. That was for that Nova cowling. Take this off. Oops. Alright, now we're down to the engines. Go ahead and move these up here since we're over here. So here we've got this and this. One upside down. And then 4 of these on either side. For this to have something to stick to, I had to use this equipment plate because that'll snap right there. And that equipment plate was attached to this piece. Just so you guys know. Pull the rest of this Nova cowling off. And underneath here is actually 2 sets of engines. So these are Darkstar engines. Then you've got your landing bay going into your main habitat. Let me get the rest of this stuff out of the way and y'all can see what's going on with the main habitat. This is just shroud cowling. Shroud cowling. To make a better line here, I did the Deimos and the shroud. So these Deimos pieces are completely optional, but that was just to make that transition happen better. And then these are full-on shroud bracers. That's all down the side of the ship on the top. Then we've got more shroud bracers in the middle. Let's see where I should put those. Up here, I guess. Shroud bracer. Shroud bracer. Avontech hood. Now that's exposing this. So we'll take these out. And that's what the weapons were attached to. So I have all my guns are stacked on this single equipment plate. Okay, and those were stuck on those shroud nose caps. Then you can see the Ancient Mariner 1x1 empty habitat with a window so you can look out and see all your guns firing. That had that set of missiles. Go ahead and leave that attached so I know which one it is. Move these wings out of the way. Moving right along. Here's a bunch of equipment. So there's a deflector array. We've got our reactor. Get the Star Wars ships, and that's where these tiny parts come from. Shielded cargo. Tiny fuel tank. Tiny everything. Tiny grav drive, tiny, yeah. So then we can move this out of the way, move this out of the way. You can see that's where our landing gears were, right inside there. Now here's the docker. So we have the landing bay on the backside and the docker on the front. This is the Tiger Astrodynamics Extended Forward Docker. Then here's the bay. So I left one of the engines assembled with all those pieces. We'll save time that way. But here's the basic layout with just there's the cockpit, Darkstar cabo, attaching to shroud staircase. So that's another Shroud Habitat mod, gives you stairs. And those stairs attach down to the Tiger empty 3x3x2 Frontier Habitat. So with that, there are no ladders. There's just stairs. Okay, so there's the whole thing taken apart. And we can go ahead and put it all back together. Here we go. I'm trying to move quickly. Avontech wings go on the side of this habitat. But I'm going to leave this wing out of the way first so that I can put this here. Whoops, not that one. This one. And we can stick all these pieces on here. So we got this. This. Now here's what I'm doing. I put the piece as close as I can to the spot where it's supposed to be. Then I highlight the ship with left bumper and I press A and then press A again. That forces it to snap into that location. As long as it's within one grid unit, that's the one it'll snap to. Just do that a few times to put all these essential pieces into the same spot. Easier shipbuilding is what's letting me do this. Otherwise I'd have to use glitch building techniques to get everything in the right places. Alright, so then we hide all that right underneath there. And because this piece is here, now the landing gears have something to snap to. So I put them back here, that way they're fully hidden by the cowling. And then the other side we can just assemble like this. Now we can hide our docker right there. It's a long-range docker, so you can actually see the point when I highlight it. See that little circle that shows up? That's where the docker connects at. So it's way beyond the front of the ship. So then our missiles, here's where all the weapons go. I've got my missiles going there. I've forced everything onto a single equipment plate. for my other guns. Now I can show you guys how to do that real quick. So here's a gun. Here's a gun. Now let's say we want to put those on the same equipment plate. Take that equipment plate, put it where you want it. Say I want it here. Copy the equipment plate, press up on the D-pad, press A. You want it that distance from the other equipment plate. Now you can put one weapon on one, put the other weapon on the other. And now you highlight your main body of your ship, and then you press A. And then those two weapons are now on the same equipment plate. The other equipment plate is empty. You can do that as many times as you want. You could put all your weapons on the same equipment plate. And you can do that same trick with sideways equipment plates. You could do that with the other weapon mounts. So that's how I positioned all these like this. But anyways, yeah, moving on. That's how you do that. Put all this cowling up in here. Then the bracer goes here. And to make that transition better, because you guys see that sharp line transition, but then you stick this in here. And it's just a little bit better from here to here. Not necessary again, but if you really care about the lines on your ships, then you can do that. There we go, put all these in here. Moving on to the front side, middle, and the Avontech hood. See how it's snapping there, but I don't want it there, so I'll copy it with the snapped object there and just press down and press A. Highlight the ship and press A. And then delete the extra. There we go. Now that hood is down in there. Alright, so the bottom here, let's go ahead and assemble an engine. So the engine goes here, same level as your staircase. And we can go ahead and put our landing bay. And the cowling that goes next to the landing bay. So that way it makes a little bit more sense. There's the engine. Then you just copy it, press A, highlight your ship, press A. So now we've got two engines right there. And then you want to put all the Nova cowling around the interior of the engine. So yeah, these pieces just go here like this. Now here's the tricky part. Okay, that's sticking no problem, so I don't need that piece. Let's see if I can get that. Whoops. Yeah, I need this in here. There it goes. Alright, get rid of that extra piece. So it looks like we don't need that. Or do we? I don't know. We'll see. I'll leave it out until... Alright, so... these go on the back end. And these Deimos pieces extend past the Nova pieces on the back, on the inside of the engine. Then I've got this Deimos bumper just to continue that line, finish the line there. That Deimos bumper goes down on the bottom. And that is where they meet the M-class piece, right there. But inside that M-class piece, again, you've got... There we go. This Deimos wing. Glitched inside that Deimos wing is your landing gear. Then that wing can attach to the Deimos wing. Then M-class part, so that you've got a good shape on the wing there. Good continuation. So yeah, it looks like we don't need this, we don't need that. And then down on the bottom of the ship, this Nova cowling goes right inside the shroud cowling. That completes the line at the back of the engine there. And then at the top, we're doing the same thing. Nova cowling and shroud cowling. Shroud cowling, because of the shape that it makes with the cockpit, finishes off the line at the cockpit. Moving right along, putting all this Nova stuff down. Shroud cowling, shroud cowling, Nova cowling, Nova cowling. Alright. Whoa, move the camera way up here. Okay. Then the Avontech wing, or sorry, hood. Right there. And did all these in the center. So that one, and then one more up here. And then these go back inside to line up with the ones on the outside. Alright, and then that other wing is assembled in the same way. Just like the other side. There we go. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be inside there. Alright, and then we're just missing this one landing gear right here. And last but not least, this piece. This piece goes here, and then that Deimos piece goes there. And it's fully assembled. Nominal. Alright, let's accept modification. You guys can check out the inside. Hopefully that didn't take too long. Disassembled, reassembled. Now we're going to do a quick run through of the inside of the ship, and I'll take off into space so you guys can see what the weapons look like firing from that inside unit. So with this Tiger habitat, it's super cool. Got these doors, this separate room. It comes with this kitchen installed with this table. I added the fruit. Some of the stuff I added, like this, you know, floor thing, whatever. Went ahead and decorated this room a little bit. We've got a pool table, we've got TV, couch, darts, drinks, a little mini bar, place to have your drinks. This room's pretty cool. Here's the Docker. Okay, Docker's there, bay is there, on lower level. We go upstairs. Here's one of our little Star Wars spots. Beds. Beds. Okay, plenty of space to put stuff. Here's a bathroom. I made a study, like a little office.
Hey there.
And then out this window, when you're in space, you can see the weapons firing from here. Then, to get up to the cockpit, we use that shroud staircase that we put in. Just go this way. Cockpit, see, employees only. Here we are. I put all my bounty boards up here since I'm not using this door. Now let's take a look at her in flight.
Lifting off now.
This is my main ship right now. I'm working to decorate the whole interior. Get it looking as clean as possible.
Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
Alright, so now check out these engines. Because they're right behind that cowling, it just makes this really cool effect. They're like thrust vector control panels or something. And the whole form of the ship is just really, really smooth. There they are at full boost. I like it. It's one of my favorite designs so far. And then all the weapons. Let's go ahead and fire off all weapons. Here we are with the weapon system engaged. You can see the missiles are coming out of this little missile launcher here. And then, yeah, here we are. Rosie the robot is sitting in here checking out the weapon system test from inside the ship study. So that's kind of a cool feature. There you go. Now you can build it too. I'm going to list all of the mods required on the YouTube video, so check out youtube.com/@Starfield Shipwright. Or you can just pull up the Twitch stream, and for the next 2 weeks this will be here. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. I'll be back on.